Salvete omnes. I welcome you all to the opening ceremonies of the Ludi Megalenses in this, the 2757th year since the founding of Rome, the Eternal City. I am Tiberius Cassius Atellus, and as editor of these games, I am pleased to present for your enlightenment, enrichment, and entertainment a full week of artistic, cultural, and religious exhibitions. These games are presented at the behest of Curule Aedile, Lucius Vitellius Triarius, by whose opening remarks the games officially began last night. Those who have not already read his remarks can do so by following the link in the description below this video. Also, the ritual sacrifice to the Magna Mater was beautifully performed by Pontifex Cornelius Lentulus on behalf of the Novo Roman people. Those who have not read his report of the ritual can also find it in the description below. I wish to extend my heartfelt thanks to these men for their assistance and their contributions to these games. During these 7 days, there will be a number of activities for citizen participation, namely a historical contest, a parody contest, a poetry showcase, and I'm also bringing back the triclinium chat. Also, on each day, there will be certain deities who will be honored. Today, we honor Cybele, the Magna Mater. Tomorrow we honor Magna Mater and Jupiter, then Jupiter and Apollo, Apollo and Minerva, Minerva and Fortuna, Fortuna and Bellona, and finally Bellona and Diana on the last day. Presentations will be posted on these deities every day. As for the activities and other presentations, the schedule is as follows. The Certamen Historicum, or history contest, has begun today and will end on Wednesday the 9th. The triclinium chat will begin tomorrow and will end on Thursday the 10th. The parody contest will begin on Sunday the 6th and end on Thursday the 10th. The poetry showcase will begin Monday the 7th and end on the 10th. Other items will include material on Roman astrology, which will be tomorrow, Greek and Roman drama, which will be tomorrow and Tuesday respectively, and selections of Roman poetry, which will be read on Monday and Wednesday, and Roman children's games, and that's on Tuesday. On Thursday, there will be a live broadcast of the closing ceremony with an interactive social session to follow. The specific time for that will be announced later on in a link provided. Transcriptions of this broadcast and the closing one will be posted on the Forum Romanum and the Forum Hospitum for later reference. Today and this coming week, I am very pleased to honor the gods and goddesses of Rome with our own beloved Republic of Nova Roma with these games, which are given to reinvigorate us and to renew our sense of cultural identity as Nova Romans, bringing us closer together through fun and educational activities. We have an increasingly long history behind us, and already there is much culture that we have developed through the years. This year we continue to assert ourselves as the spiritual successors of Roma Antiqua, and like our venerated forerunners, we take time to enjoy ourselves and revel in a sense of community and camaraderie. We take time from to rest from our work and our stresses, to enjoy many of the things that drew us to Nova Roma in the first place. And on that note, I wish you all a happy and fulfilling Megalesia. Bonum fastum felicum, Megalesia. Please note that there will be a speech posted tonight from the consuls, and I urge everyone to read it. Now, let's begin the question and answer portion of the broadcast. I thank you all for joining me today, and I invite you to begin posting whatever questions or comments you have. And thank you again. Unfortunately, there is a 30, 35, maybe even 40-second delay with this, and so it might take me a minute to see your comments. I'm not sure if we have anybody that's actually able to post comments. I'll give it a few more minutes, and then if nobody can post, then I'll simply close. Thank you, Triarius. Appreciate that. Hopefully this this method of doing things with live broadcasting will become a much bigger part of different venues in Nova Roma in months to come. And yeah, there is one such project in the works, but I forbear from giving details on that just yet. I've been thinking about ways we can use technology and improve our social media presence on the internet and other things like that. And yeah, YouTube is actually one of the things that'll help us the most, I think, or at least for the next little while, until we really get our feet under us and maybe find some other means or methods. But yeah, this is turning out pretty well so far. Awe Quinte. Yeah, we actually, this little guy is a red-eared slider. Call him Pete, one-eyed Pete. He only has one eye. He's completely missing his left eye. Gracias, Yuli Sabine. Appreciate that. Gracias, Lentulus. Indeed. I hope this will be the first of many broadcasts, and hopefully I will not be the only one doing them. Hopefully this can be something that Nova Romans across the world can get involved in, and really solidify our presence on the web. Okay, let me ask a question. Since I'm sure that, or I'm hoping that most or all of you who are watching this live right now will be available to watch it during the live broadcast of the closing ceremonies this coming Thursday, would this same time be convenient to do the broadcast on? Or should it be a different time? I'm just trying to get a feel for how that would work so that I can maximize viewership. Noted. Lentulus. Gracias. Call sign? I'm not sure I get what you mean, Jai. Probably want to explain that one. Gracias, Yuli Nerva. Gracias. Gracias, Tibiago. I did. Now I'm just remembering. I did want to put on some Roman music for this occasion, and I forgot to do so. So why don't I throw some on during the remainder of our time before we wrap up? Cornelius Lentulus asks what I think the most important cohesive force in Nova Roma is. I would say that it's the friendships that we develop between each other as citizens of the Republic, as well as the duty that we feel as we try to carry out our duties, and to take care of one another. Because when we become citizens, there is a process of investment that takes place in which we give of our time and of our effort. Some of us might write poetry or stories. Some of us will help by compiling lists or working out problems, or helping to organize events, or participating in the Ludi. But as we do so, we feel like hopefully many of us feel like we're making a difference that improves the lives of the other citizens. And as a result of that, Nova Roma, through our investments, becomes something that we strive to maintain and to contribute to and to grow. And it's also reciprocated. I've seen it reciprocated between me and others, and those of us whom we serve in our various ways are benefited by our efforts, and we are also benefited by theirs. And so this reciprocity really serves to unify the community and to bring about a sense of community that we continue to strive to maintain. Something that we feel is really worth our efforts. So what are your thoughts? All of you, what is everybody's thoughts on this matter, the cohesion that we experience as Nova Romans? Also, Triarius asks, are there plans to expand blog coverage? If you're referring to the Chronicle, at this point, No, there are not currently plans to expand at least the scope of the blog. I intend to continue improving it. And, well, granted, there has been a delay in getting out the March monthly report, and yeah, but don't worry, it will be coming in the next few days, or certainly shortly after the end of the Ludi, if not before that. And yeah, at this point there are no official plans to really change much about the blog, but I will continue developing it, and perhaps that matter might be visited in the future, and other plans might be made. Oh yes, thank you, Triarius. There is also a plan in the works to get video clips of Nova Roma citizens from around the globe and put them together, compiled into one video, to show a little bit of the diversity of Nova Roma and to promote us. And I'm really looking forward to helping out with that any way that I can. Also, if any of you are able or willing to record yourselves saying a few things, of course specifics will come later, but if any of you would be willing to contribute a clip of yourselves, a video recording of you, to help promote Nova Roma, that would be much appreciated. And if you know anybody else who would also be willing or able, please pass this on to them. By the way, I thank you very much all for your participation and your comments and your praise. I really appreciate it. All right, finally time to get that Roman music going. By the way, this is Musica Romana from their album Pugnate. excellent, Sabine. Gracias. Looking forward to seeing your submission. Hopefully that music is a decent level, a decent volume level. Okay, while it's on my mind, there is one particular thing that I'd like to give a little feedback on, or perhaps a lot of feedback while I've got you with me. I was recently having a conversation about this topic, and I wanted to gain some additional insight. When a citizen joins, or when a person becomes a citizen of Nova Roma, they are often strengthened in the community by being involved in politics and helping out the magistrates in various duties, or by contributing in various ways, being given positions, things like that. But for the rest of those who are not, who don't have any position to speak of, or who are not involved in the politics or the activities of Sodalitates, what are your thoughts on how citizens feel? Because there seems to me to be a rather large disconnect between the citizens who are active in political positions and the sodalities, and those who are not. And I'm wondering what your thoughts on the disparity is. Where does that come from? And does it seem like the other citizens are intimidated to become active, or are they simply content to just read through the lists every once in a while? Or what are your thoughts? I'm thinking this music might be killing my bandwidth. Okay. No more music for right now. Sorry, guys. I'm watching myself now, and it seems like the delay between me recording and then it being broadcast on the web is a lot longer than it was when this started. I am sorry for the delay. At least for me, it's annoying. And hopefully in future broadcasts I can do something to get the time cut down with the delay, so that I can respond more quickly when doing interactive segments like this. I'm going to continue for another 5 minutes. Continue broadcasting for another 5 minutes, and then I will end, and then this will just go to upload to YouTube and can be reviewed later. Amici Lentule et Sabine, I totally agree. Yeah, your points are very valid, and especially Sabine, I think when you say there are not barriers if the desire is great, I know that's true because, well, that's been me. I feel like my desire has brought me a long way. For almost 2 years, or for over a year and a half, I was not very active in Novo Roma. But then I got the desire to become involved, and even though there were reasons, or sometimes a little bit of resistance or whatever, I continued on. And so I know that's true, indeed. Indeed, Lentule, a substitute career. I like that phraseology. That is a good phrase. Yeah, I think that's an accurate way of putting it as well. Because Novo Roma is a relatively easy political stratum to get into, and yeah, it doesn't require as much background checking, or it doesn't have as many bad repercussions if they make bad calls, things like that. So yeah, I agree. Indeed, Triari, I agree with that about the Sodalitatis. Yeah, I've been working with Aedile on several different projects, and her plans for the Sodalitas reforms. I think they will be very productive. I think they will be very beneficial, and as we get new blood come into the Republic, there'll be less stagnation, basically, and yeah, just keeping things fresh and interesting, and I think that'll do a lot for citizen retention. Let's see. I think just because I can, I'm going to show off my toga now. I know Lentulus wanted to see this, a good full view of it. All right, so you get the camera adjusted. wasn't quite a full view. The camera angle was weird, but anyway. So that's Cassius Atellus Togata, or Togatus. Yes, Lentulus, you make a good point. Yeah, I think uh, there's a lot to be done in the way of presenting educational information to keep people's interest, because that is one of the biggest aspects of attraction for new citizens to Nova Roma, at least in my experience. I think that was one of the biggest factors for me, was simply being able to learn through association with other Kiwis. Yeah, but I think having regular educational programs or material put on either the Nova Roma wiki or the lists or the things like that should be done regularly, but also supplemented with the opportunity to put that knowledge into practice, either by recreating something for a local meetup or even a conventus, or presenting material themselves for other people. Participation in the Ludi like this is, I think, a very good way of doing that. Well, I'm going to end this now, and I thank you all so very much for your participation, for viewing, and joining me in this kickoff of the Ludi Megalenses. Wish you all a wonderful day and an enjoyable week of Megalesia. Gratias vobis. Valete.